Hello and welcome back to White Lotus Kung Fu. I am Sifu Willis, and today I want to talk to you about something that's very important, and that's strength and power. Over the years, a lot of martial arts schools have taught that you don't need strength and power, you need perfect execution of a technique, and you need to be really fast when you do it. Well, those are important. Strength is also important. You can't get away with no strength. That's why they have weight classes in things like boxing, wrestling, even MMA, mixed martial arts. You know what that is? They have weight classes in there because you can't deal with somebody that's that much bigger than you if you don't have any kind of strength to bring to bear. Now, speed and technique are important. If you have good technique, it's going to lend itself to speed. And I'm not a physicist, but you know the physics rule, force equals mass times acceleration. So the faster you're going, when you hit somebody, the more damage you're going to do. But the other part of that is mass and how big you are and how much power you can deliver when you do that. So I want to give you a little strength exercise here in a moment, but I want you to keep in mind when you're working on your martial arts material, whether you're a beginner or you're a super advanced black belt, you've been training for a while, it doesn't really matter how long you've been training. What you need to remember is that you need strength. Cardio is good for you, it'll keep you in shape, but it's not going to give you strength. You need two things. You need big muscle and you need dense muscle. All right, the dense muscle is going to protect you against impact when somebody hits you or when you block somebody. That's important, but size is also going to make a big difference. When you punch into somebody, you palm strike into somebody, that size is going to make a big difference. So as you're working through stuff, remember, size, speed, power, technique, all of those things are really important. Don't leave any of them off. Like I said, I'm not trying to eliminate speed and technique. You can't get away without those. You can't do good martial arts, good kung fu, without excellent technique. And in a lot of cases, depending on the form you're doing or in a self-defense situation, you definitely can't get away without speed. You can't throw something this fast and hope that somebody is there when you get there. But also, need that power to bring to bear. If you think about someone who you outweigh by 100 pounds, let's say you're 180, and you have a child, your little brother or little sister, your little son or daughter, and they weigh less than 100 pounds or 100 pounds less than you do. Let's say you weigh 180 and they weigh 80. You can pick them up and move them around, right? Well, just think if somebody outweighs you by that much. When they get a hold of you, you might be in trouble, okay? Now, you have muscle and fat, of course, but again, somebody that outweighs you by 100, 150, 200 pounds, it doesn't matter that much if they have muscle because you're going to have to deal with that size. So you need strength to bring to bear. And that's one of the things that things like Stone Warrior, even strength katas like TAMs or simple stuff like Noliken, those kind of things where you're under full tension, that'll give you that. And it'll give you both size, muscle size. It'll also give you density. Whenever you're doing isometric, isotonic, you're going to be doing stuff where you're pitting one muscle group against another by squeezing the body and doing stuff with tension. That will build size of muscle, but more importantly, I think, in some ways, it'll build density of muscle. So when you're hitting somebody, like I said, you're blocking here, you're fighting somebody and you throw a palm and you have to block. When you come out there and block with the forearm, you want them to hit a brick wall here. If you break their arm on the first block, the fight's pretty much over, right? So density is very important as well as size. So let's do a strength exercise. You may have heard of the Stone Warrior program. It's an extremely hard program, really, really hard. I can't even emphasize how hard it is. You start at the very bare bones when you first get it, and you do 12 reps of each of the exercises. You work your way up to 36 reps. That is, when you're done, about an hour and a half under full tension. Remember, full tension. You don't get a break. You don't get to go, oh, okay, I shake my arms off and do something else. No, you don't get to do that. You got to stay at full tension from the moment you start for an hour and a half while you're doing all these exercises. So I want to give you one of the exercises, a very basic exercise, but it is one of my favorites. So we're going to do this in a horse stance. If you don't know how to do a horse stance, after you do this video, go check out my horse stance video. You're going to sit down here in a horse stance. We're going to take these hands, put them in a fist on the hip rest, and they're going to travel together in this exercise. This is a balanced exercise that's going on both sides at the same time. Now remember, when you start this, you're going to tense the entire body. That means start at your toes, grip the floor with your toes, squeeze the legs, squeeze the butt, squeeze the chest, the abs, the shoulders, the arms, squeeze everything so that you're under full tension. And when you do this, you set up here, you're going to drive these down right like this to start. And as you do the next move, these are going to curl just like you're curling a big barbell. You're going to open these up into palms, turn them all the way around, push out, and then they're going to drop right down to the sides with the fingertips pulled back. And I'll discuss why we're doing that in a second. Fingertips then point down, turn around, make a fist, squeeze, repeat the exercise. It's a very simple exercise. Turn around, palm, palm down, fingertips pulled back. Point the fingers down, turn them around. Go ahead and set up and do this with me. Squeeze, make a fist, curl these up. Right to here, open, turn around, press, drop them down, fingertips pulled back, then point the fingers down, then turn them around. Squeeze and repeat. I'm going to do this from the side so you can see what this looks like. When you're doing this here, you're going to start, like I said, on the hip rest. These are going to curl down and lift. Open up, turn, palm, down, point the fingertips down, turn them around. Okay? Looks like the same thing from the other side. Doesn't really matter, but I'll do one this way. Curl up, open, turn them around, press, straight down. Notice the hands are pulled back as far as they'll go. Point the fingers down, turn them around, make fists, squeeze, and repeat. It's a very simple exercise. A couple of things. When you're doing this, you'll notice that you're going to be in full tension and it's going to make you sweat really fast, which is good. You want to be straining your guts out on this because the more you strain, the more the muscle is going to build, okay? The other thing you'll notice is when you're opening and closing the hands and when you're turning these, that is working forearms. This is a great forearm drill because what happens is when you squeeze these fists and curl them up, you've got this squeeze, you're going to be building tremendous gripping power. Squeezing these up, when you open these up, you should feel that right across the back here. And as you turn these, palm out, you'll notice the forearm turning around, those muscles are turning, you're pressing. And then when you go down, if you let your palms go down to begin with, you'll release the tension. Whereas if you keep them pulled back, nice and back towards the forward area here, right towards the center line, point them down, curl them around. Now, full tension the whole time. Let's go through one. Go through one with me. We're going to do this at full tension. I'll show you about the speed we should go, okay? All set? Ready? Here we go. Tense up and go. Good. That was one. You should start by doing at least 10 of those. And the nice thing about this, it doesn't matter how much muscle you have. You can be a gigantic muscle guy, a power lifter, and you can do 10 of these and kill yourself. Just doing them hard. You can be a small little girl and do these super hard and kill yourself doing them because you're pitting your own muscles against each other. So you're going to work this hard, lots of tension, lots of crank. Don't ever let the tension off on these. Like when you come down here, don't just relax the hands because you lose all of that. Come down here, point them down, crank them around. Just like that. Curl them up. Don't relax here. Press with tension, turn around and press. When you get out there, just keep going. You don't want to relax. You lose all that tension. You lose a lot of the benefit. You want to go through this a lot. Work your way up to, if you're just doing this exercise by itself, work your way up to about 50 or 75 reps. That's going to take you a while. Trust me, you're not going to be able to do that tonight or today. You're going to have to crank, start at 10, and bust it out really hard. Lots of slow, grinding movement. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to go too slow. You don't want to drop down here and go at this speed. You'll die before you get to 5. You can't go at this speed. This is too slow. You have to go to nice, solid speed as long as you're keeping full tension, not going too fast, cranking through this. All right, like I said, this is out of Stone Warrior. There's a reason it's called Stone Warrior, okay? You're gonna get really dense muscle out of this. If you get up to 50, 75, 100 reps a day, try not to miss any days, do them every day. When you get up to 50 or 75 or 100 reps, you'll have a lot of dense muscle tissue. It'll protect you from injury. It'll protect you if you're in a self-defense situation. Like I said, you're blocking, you're striking, you're bringing power to bear on that, and you're building the density. So give this a try. Let me know how it works. Send me a message, post something here as a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. We're going to be doing a lot more stuff. And we'll do probably some internal and some other external stuff here very soon, so you can check that out. Check out the horse stance video. Check out how to throw punches. Check out my background if you're not sure who I am. Go take a look. And have fun, whatever you do, but work hard. You're going to be a good martial artist. You got to work hard. Give it a try and let me know how it goes.